this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is a very special one. We are going to review this beautiful newest addition to KRYPTEIN Cosmetics, and this is a limited edition palette, and this is the Altar palette. Let me show you the color story, because this is an all shimmer palette which shifts and shines like no other. We are going to do live swatches. We're going to do an eye look together. We are going to do a lot of comparisons with the rest of the palettes that we have in the KRYPTEIN Cosmetics line. So if you are ready, let's begin. Okay, let's begin swatching this palette. Look at this beauty. All their packaging, like the KRYPTEIN Cosmetics, the packaging that they do, it's all like these like shifty kind of a packaging. Let me show you Burnt Forest, and then we show you Crazy Violet, which is pretty similar to this Altar palette, but it's different enough, I would say. There you go. And then we also have Tulip Dream, which I feel like is my favorite. Look at that. That's so stunning. I love it. Okay, so this is the Altar palette. It retails for $48. Let me show you the color story inside. So it's like a all shimmer palette with stunning multichromes and duochromes and sparkly shifty shades. So we're gonna first swatch this baby. I will show you all the swatches on the screen also. Yesterday I was swatching this palette and I was trying to capture as many shifts as I can with like a mirror. So I'll show you all the shifts, but let me live swatch it for you guys. The first shade is called Apollo, which is the most neutral shade, I would say. It's like I see a pink base to it, but I also see like a very neutral bronze to a green shifting shade. So let me swatch it for you guys. I'll hope, oh, you see a strong green. I see a pink base more. Like that is what I see. But you can see it has like a strong shift, but it's very, very smooth. I would hardly assume that there's any kind of like a fallout or anything that's happening with this palette. And I'm definitely gonna do like swatch comparisons with the rest of the shades that we have in the other palettes. The next shade that we have is called Aphrodite, which is predominantly, I would say, like a hot pink shade. But let me see. I also see orangey, what is this? Like an orangey rose gold. Let me swatch it for you guys. I feel like, oh, that's such a stunning shade. I feel like I need to use that. You can see that. Look at that. Like that orange bronze coming through. That's a very pretty pink. I love it. That's such a stunning shade. And look how smooth it is. So beautiful, like a stocking stuffer. Can you imagine like getting this for a stocking stuffer? It'll be amazing. The third shade is called Hera, which predominantly looks like a purple shade, and you know how much I love a purple shade. It shifts to a blue green. This is definitely a multichrome because I see gold, blue, green, pink, purple. Let's swatch this. At my end, I definitely see blue to a green gold shifting shade, but you can see that pinky purple. Look at that. That's so stunning. That shade calls my name. Like I would wear that any time of the day. It actually reminds me of my shade Glacier that I created with Pretty's For Your Face. It is so pretty. My shade definitely had like a little bit more like a pinky orange too with purple, and this has that green blue a lot. They're different for sure, but I love that shade. The next shade is called Hermes. This is one that actually reminds me of a previous shade that they had in their palette, but this is predominantly like a gunmetal blue, I would say, but with a lot of green sparkle to it. Let me swatch it. So smooth it is too. Love it. Can you see that? That'll be amazing for like a smoky eye. That's gonna be stunning. So that is Hermes. Next shade that we have is called Dionysus. This one. This also seems like it's such a beautiful multichrome. I definitely see a hot pink, but I also see like a neutral bronze, but also gold and green. Let me swatch it for you guys. This is definitely a multichrome. Like at my end, I see that as like a gunmetal blue, I would say. But you see pink for sure. Can you see that shift? That's more like a deeper multichrome with like a deeper blue gray base to it. I also see green. Very, very pretty. And the last shade that we have in the palette is definitely a purple shimmer, and this is called Hades. It's more like a royal purple shade, but again with tons of sparkle running throughout it. I see a lot of silver specks. So let me swatch that. Again, for a purple smoky eye, that's going to be amazing. Again, that's more like a black base, a deeper shimmer. So I would say it has a good mix of shimmers in this palette. It definitely has two multichromes that we can see clearly, but it also has some wearable shades, some pinky purples, but also has like some deeper based shimmer shades too. Very, very pretty. So let's put this baby on our eyes and see what we create. Okay, I'm gonna pair this with some mattes, and I am gonna use some of the mattes that they have in their line. I'm gonna use Violet Crazy for my mattes, because why not? I am gonna start with the shade, let's do Heartbeat, and then I'm gonna deepen it out with the shade Midnight, which is that deeper purple. So let's do that. These shades are very, very pigmented, but also extremely blendable. I absolutely love the quality of KRYPTEIN Cosmetics. I have all the palettes that they have launched so far. I am an affiliate with the brand. My code is Smithy Sony, and it can save you 10% off. It's so pretty. Can you see that? That's such an amazing shade. I love it. Okay, now I'm gonna dip into this shade Midnight, right in the outer corner, and I'm gonna melt it with that mauvey pinky purple shade. I was trying to do a halo eye, but I was like, let me showcase as many shimmers as I can from the Altar palette, so I'll stick to the outer corner. I'm gonna take the same shade on the outer corners of the lower lash line. A little bit of fallout, I'll just flick it through. I'm going to take that Heartbeat shade that we first used on the lower lash line too, just to melt it down with that deeper purple. And now it's time for some shimmers. I definitely want to use this multichrome, this one, which is Dionysus. It looks like a pink and a green and gold shade on my finger, but when I was like swatching it yesterday underneath like dim lighting, I could see like a red coming through. There were so many specks, like an orangey red. It was truly super, super magical. I'm gonna focus that on the center of my lid and then move a little bit towards the outer corners, but focus it mainly on the center, I would say. Maybe we can use that deeper purple in the outer corners. Let's do that actually. Look how stunning that shade is. That's so pretty. How sparkly too. I'm going to take that shade Hades, that deeper purple, just a little bit on my fingers. I'm just going to tap it right on the extreme outer corners to melt it with that deeper purple matte that we have going on. Oh, that's so pretty. And that's so perfect to melt into that deeper matte. I love that. I absolutely love that. And now what are we gonna do for the inner corners? My heart is saying to use the shade Hera, but those are the shades that I always use. I always use Hera. Let's go to that neutral shade. Maybe that would just change the look of the shades that I'm wearing, or it might just amplify it. We'll see. And this is the shade Apollo. Oh, that's such a beautiful, like an everyday shade. Ooh, that's so pretty. I can totally see wearing like a brown in the outer corner or in the crease and just plopping this all across my eyelid. I'll definitely do more looks with this palette. That's no questions asked. Stay tuned on my Insta. I'll definitely plop a few more looks using this palette. This is so pretty. I love it. I like it. I like it. Okay. I'm going to finish off this eye with some liner and mascara, and I'll get right back. And that's my final look. I love the way how this eye turned out. I definitely used 3 shades out of the 6 shades in the palette. And that's only because this palette is so multichromy and so shifty. I feel like one shade itself can stand out amongst like 1 matte or 2 mattes, and I feel like it will give you such a beautiful, vibrant eye look. Now it's time to do some comparisons with these shades, and I feel like I'm only doubtful about this shade. Can be a little close, but otherwise I feel like it's pretty different, but we'll see. I have all the palettes in front of me, so let me see if it does remind me of anything. So let's start off with, what is this, Atlantis palette? How are we gonna do this? So that's the Atlantis palette, and this is the Altar palette. The only shade that I would say might be similar would be this mermaid shade. So I am gonna swatch this with, let's say, Aphrodite in the Altar palette, and we'll also do Dionysus. So this was mermaid. Okay, where are we doing? Okay, let's do it here. So this is mermaid from the Atlantis. This is Aphrodite from the Altar. That's definitely different. But let's also do Dionysus, also from Altar. Yeah, all of them seems different at my end. Like, can you see that? This has a strong green, but this has a strong blue. And Aphrodite is not that shifty. So I would say that is different. Both of these are from Altar palette, and this is from Atlantis. The Atlantis one is like really shifty. Let me also see comparison shades in the other palette. So this is Crazy Violet. Yeah, I don't think Crazy Violet has anything that is similar because it's more purpley than pinky. I'll swatch it for you guys, but I don't think so. Let's see. This is from Crazy Violet, and this is also from Crazy Violet, which this is completely different. This one, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think any of them match. Let me see. Tulip Dream. No. Let's see. Burnt Forest. No. Okay. So those are like the comparison swatches for the 2 pinks in this palette, Aphrodite and Dionysus. Okay. So that's Aphrodite and this is Dionysus. Yeah, I would say definitely much different. They can be like cousins. Let's see the first shade, Apollo, if that is similar to anything. I'm going to swatch Apollo here just so that we have a reference. And then let's see. I'm going to take Burnt Forest and I'm going to swatch this shade Dawn. Looks similar, but I'm pretty sure it is not. So that is Dawn. Yeah. Dawn definitely has like that blue and a stark green. The Apollo shade is definitely much more neutral. Okay. There's nothing in Tulip Dream. Let's see, Violet Crazy. Yeah, nothing in Violet Crazy. And Atlantis. Yeah, there's nothing in Atlantis too. So that is pretty much the first shade compared. Let's do the shade Hera, the purple shade. So I'm going to swatch Hera right here and see if there is comparison to Hera or not. I would say might be in Crazy Violet. I don't think it would be anywhere else. I'm going to swatch Violet Crazy again just to see if it's close to that or not. So the first one is Hera. This is Violet Crazy. Okay. Definitely different because I do see a lot of like fieriness in the Altar palette as compared to Violet Crazy. And I'll also swatch this shade from Tulip Dream. There you go. That's definitely more blue purple. So those are the shade comparisons of those two shades. Okay, now let's swatch that blue shade, Hermes. As soon as I saw this, it reminded me of one of the shades from the Burnt Forest palette. This shade, Starry Sky. So let me swatch it right next to it. Yeah, Starry Sky, I would say it's more blue when I see it like compared. Yeah, I don't think I can call it like a dupe because now I see a lot of more green in this shade Hermes. I'm also gonna swatch the shade Poseidon, this one from the Atlantis palette. This is also a blue. Yeah, but that's like more blue. Yeah, similar but nothing like exact, I would say. So that's the shade comparison for Hermes. I don't think we have the shade comparison for Hades at all, the deeper purple. Let me give it a go and see. We don't have anything comparable to the shade Hades. So I would say those are the comparison swatches of these 6 shades from the Altar palette. Again, KRYPTEIN Cosmetics does a lot of shadows and palettes in their line, and they also do have, actually they did send me this acrylic palette too, which helped me to capture the shifts of the multichrome. So if you are eyeing these acrylic palettes, they do have that too. Again, I am an affiliate with the brand. My code is SMITHYSONY to save you 10% off. I really hope that this video was helpful for you guys, and do let me know in the comment section below, are you gonna pick up this Altar palette or not? I feel like this is such an amazing like a stocking stuffer to have in the collection, to gift it to like anyone who's like into multichromes and stuff. I feel like they would absolutely love it. But that's all for today. Do let me know if you want this compared to any other like particular palette that you have in mind. I'll definitely do it and then I'll let you know. But that's all for today. If you did like this, you know what to do. Do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring the notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post next. I generally upload 3 videos every single week, every Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays at 9 AM Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.